Hi, everybody. Welcome to our business and product presentation call. My name is NIKKI IDETA, Diamond Consultant out of Hilo, Hawaii. Very honored, very grateful, very humbled to be able to share with you guys on this platform this morning regarding how to build your customer base. I've been getting a lot of questions lately, um, through my inbox about customers, how to get customers, how to keep customers, how to get customers coming back and perhaps even purchasing more. Um, well, that's why I'm here. And hopefully I can share some tips and some nuggets with you guys on just things that you can do, just little switches, little changes. Um, as long as the activity is there, which we all have activity going on, and and I'll be going. If you guys have questions at any time with what you want out of this call, specific questions that you would like answered, please ask the questions so that I can get to your questions and answer them as best that I can. Um, Before I get started, well, we are gonna get started. I have a few notes jotted down. So for some of you who are new meaning maybe you just started within the last week, within the last month, within the last 2 or 3 months, and you are looking for customers. We're all looking for customers. We all want to attract customers. Um, have mixers. And the mixers don't have to be they don't have to be perfect. To me, there's no such thing as a perfect mixer. But as long as you invite people to your house or invite them to Starbucks, invite them to some place where they can taste the coffees, taste the teas, taste whatever it is that you're going to make. The best place though to have it is at your home because it's warm, it's personable. They get to experience it's the customer experience, and I'm gonna elaborate a lot about the customer experience. But the a lot of the customers that I have now, like some of them are customers that I never even met. They're from mixers that I had maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. And it would be like maybe I invite one girl and she brought like 5 ladies with her. None of them joined. All of them purchased product. Until today, all of them still do. But they don't buy from the one girl that I invited because she never joined. They're customers, and we love our customers, and our customers love us, and that's one example of holding mixers. Nobody signed up, but they've all been customers for the past 4 or 5 years. So do we have any questions yet? I'm sorry, I'm new to this. I don't see any questions, so I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, so um, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is samples. Mr. Nielsen talked a great deal yesterday about samples and and what Mr. Smith had told him about the person who gives away the most coffee makes the most money. Well, it is true. Samples are an incredible way to build a customer base as well as building a team. But I'm gonna just focus on the customer base part. But when you are able to give away enough coffee, enough tea, enough hot chocolate, enough DX, enough XT to really get them into and let them know, drink, there's enough samples in here for 5 days. Make sure you consume 3 of these a day. And you know once they get all of that Ganoderma in them, maybe they don't want to make money, but they love the way they feel. They love the product. They love the simplicity. And then they go and they tell their friends about it. And then their friends ask them, who did they get it from? And you know what? They got it from you. So you just picked up another customer. So samples work in an incredible way. Um, do we have any questions here? Oh, Edward, what did I do? Sorry. Okay, so we are going to, I hope you guys can still see me. Um, another part of another part of building a customer base is relationships. You know, I was taught a long time ago, you build a relationship and then you build a diamond ship. That is extremely true. You cannot have a diamond ship without a relationship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot have a customer base without building relationships. And it's not hard. It's just going out there and making friends, talking to people, finding out about do they have kids? You know, are they married? Where do they work? Do they like their job? Well, we all know the answer to that. But it's you know what do most of them, they really love their kids. You know, and the activities that their kids take part in, and that means a lot to them. They want to. I had to learn that to ask more questions and to be more quiet and to listen more because I'm not that interesting. I'm not. But other people are very interesting. When you start asking questions, they're very eager to share. So that relationship part is built on being able to sit down, have them come over, you know, ask questions. The reason why the relationship part is that important is because we all know that they can, you know, they could buy, everyone goes online shopping, but because of that relationship that they have with you, they will buy from you and pay that extra because of the relationship with you. So it's very important to be very sincere and to really actually love people. And you know, I actually read a study um, last week about the 10 causes of having a long life. And the number one reason that people have for living a long life is socialization and relationships. That's the number one, you know, besides health and, you know, what we have to offer. But we also have relationships to offer. Very beautiful, positive relationships. So guys, get out there and know your customers and ask the right questions and they'll come back. So do we have any questions yet from anyone? Edward, can you just like cue me if there's questions? If anyone, if there's anything coming up. Okay, so going on, moving on to that is the customer experience. Um, 90% of my customer base are referrals. And for me, customer experience is extremely, extremely important. Um, the reason why I say it is because I've seen through I've learned through my past experience that it's not just in and out. You know, it's giving them that experience. It's like when you go to a certain restaurant, or think of your favorite restaurant or your favorite place to go, or the waitress you always want, or the bank teller that you're always waiting for and you're letting everyone go through. You're waiting like how they're coming back to you because of the experience that they feel, and the experience that they feel when they feel important and valued and um, important, and they're treated well, and there's conversation that they can share about themselves. That's the customer experience that allows you to build your customer base. Why? Because they've already come to you to buy your products. So when they go out and they talk about how great they feel, how energetic they feel, how happy they feel, their coworkers and their friends and their family are going to ask them, where did you get it from? Oh, I got it from Lisa. And you know what? She is so nice. She's so friendly. Oh, when you, I can call her for you and ask her if I can give you her phone number, and or you can, or I can ask her if she can call you, because you're just gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love her. She's so much fun and so easy to talk to. It's a customer experience. So when they come and approach you as a referral, they're already coming knowing that the experience is going to be a very positive experience, and they're going to leave with the products, which is why they came. So, the customer experience is very, very important in building your customer base. Do we have any questions so far? Oh, I see it.
Uh, Hi, Nikki. No, you will see the notification in the Q&A
Okay.
part. That's fine. Keep
Okay.
going.
I'm sorry. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is this monthly planner. The monthly planner is like super important. It's very important when it comes to building your customer base, because we already talked about relationships, customer experience, and getting to know your customers. So it's very easy to track your customers. So if you have like a customer that really, those repeat customers that come every single month, it's um, it's imperative. It's super important that you write their name down on the day that they bought the products, what they bought, and then through conversation you'll find out, okay, she's buying two lattes and two Supreme, but she drinks 2 cups a day or 4 cups a day. Then on the next month, you can mark it 4 days before. Call so and so up or text so and so, because they're going to come back, but you're letting them know, hey, I'm thinking about you. And they come. But if you don't track them, you won't know them. You need to follow up on your customers, and they appreciate that. They do. Don't think that you're being pushy. They actually appreciate the fact that you are taking the time out of your day to care about them and think about them, that they love the coffee and they need the coffee, and that you'll be available for them to come and pick up the coffees or whatever it is. I want to, if I can, go back to customer experience. Last week I had I had a guy come to my house. He's a baseball coach, and he had the whole application filled out. I still have it. The whole thing was filled out. He was gonna get a pack and go on auto ship, and he also brought X amount of $100 with him, all $100 bills, and I asked him. I said, okay, so Corey, this is totally up to you. You do what you feel is comfortable. The reason why I kept saying that is because he is a repeat customer, um, as a referral from another baseball coach, from another baseball coach, from another baseball parent. So you see how the customer experience flows on. Um, and at the end, I brought out everything that was worth that pack. And he actually asked me, he said, Nikki, if I buy this pack, which I know I'll get all of this, does that mean that every month it's gonna come and be mailed to my house? I said, yeah, it's like Amazon. It's like, it's like buying online. You don't have to think about it, Corey. It just comes straight to your house. And he actually looked at me and he said, I know that I can get this much for this much hundred, but I'll just take, I know I only came for an XT, which he did for $45. But he said, um, can I just get the two shakes and two XTs, two DXs, um, I forget what he bought, but it was like 300 something dollars worth. And he said, I know I can get double the amount, but if I do, it'll get mailed to my house. And then we won't be able to hang out for like 10, 15 minutes every month when I need to buy more. So I'd rather just pay you cash. Guys, don't force people into becoming distributors. And some of them just want that 5 or 10 minutes with you to talk about baseball. I don't even like I don't want to say I don't like baseball. I don't understand baseball, but he's so enthusiastic about baseball, like how I'm so enthusiastic about our Organo products, that it works. It works when he comes, and he said, I'll see you next month, and I want the same thing. So customer experience again, and building your customer base. And he has a few people interested that want to just buy products. I don't want to say just, because we love our customers, and our customers help build our income. Um, Another thing somebody had asked me is, what do you say when someone texts you before you get back to them about, um, hey, Nikki, I ran out of I have two sachets left each. I have two lattes and two supremes. I'm gonna go crazy if I run out. How much is it? They're, no matter how much of a repeat customer they are, because they are gonna have repeat, you are gonna have repeat customers. Um, I always reply, it's the same. It's 166 for the 4 boxes. The price has not changed. By the way, I was on Facebook, saw your son this weekend down at the baseball field. Hope he did great. And did you guys win? And then the reply comes back, oh yeah, I'm super excited. They didn't win. The game was great. Are you going to be free at 5:30? Because I'm done work at 5. I'm probably going to clock out at 5:15. And then they come up, they get the 4 boxes. And with every box, with every purchase, you give them a sample bag. I'm going to talk about the sample bags because the sample bags work. But it's the person who gives away the most coffee, the most samples, those, and the best experience. The best experience. Those are the ones that win the biggest. I want to give you guys a last example. I'm gonna have more if you guys can conjure up some questions here. Please feel free, ask me questions. And if you want to ask it anonymously, ask it anonymously. We won't throw your name out there, but ask the questions. But here is an incredible example of samples. If you guys follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I love posting about all my customers and people happy with their products and meetings and team members. I love posting about Organo. But there's this one girl who works at my daughter's elementary school. And I saw my daughter maybe about eight months ago or so, packing 2 shakes. So I asked Kaya, I said, who is this for? And she said, oh, it's for Miss Tasha. So I said, oh, I said, go make sure you grab the sample bag and put it in there. And then I said, and tell Miss Tasha, don't forget to take a picture of you and her. Have somebody take a picture of you and her with her 2 shakes. So when you see my daughter in the pictures, those are her retails. But we're going back to that. It's so Tasha bought 2 shakes, right? $150, 2 shakes. That's all she asked my daughter for. It's all my daughter packed except for the sample bag. The following month, Tasha told Kaya, can I get the same 2 vanillas, but how much is it for the black coffee that your mom gave me in that sample bag? So it ended up being, $150 plus, $36 a box for 3 blacks. And Tasha was buying that. Well, and it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen every month. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 months. So Tasha was buying the 2 vanillas and the 3 blacks. And it took 2 or 3 months of me giving her the samples with the DX, the XT, and the black ice. Well, last month, I wrote it down because my daughter came home and she was packing the 2 vanillas, the blacks, the DX, which we retail for 45 each, the XT for 45 each, and something else. And my daughter comes home with the money. And I also get a text message at about 8:15 because she's excited to get her products. So give the samples out, guys, because they don't know what they want until you let them offer it. A great example is like Costco, right? If when you go to Costco, a lot of the hottest sellers are the items that you have these workers at different stations, and they're handing out free samples of little bite-sized pizzas or whatever it is. And then what do? You walk 5 feet from there, you go to the freezer and you buy 10 boxes. You know, don't be afraid. Like, be very generous in your samples, because it might not come back with that one person, but it will come back maybe through their friends or their family. Or if it comes back to that one person, it'll be 20 times. Like what Mr. Nielsen said yesterday, you never know what's going to come out of one seed that you plant with one sample bag. So if you have a new pack, if you guys are new into the business and you want to start putting money in your pocket right away, and I understand that that's very important. It was very important to me when I got started to have money in my pocket right away. Just invite people over. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. Just have fun, smile. I didn't have music on. I just served them coffee. It was a lot of laughing, positive association, and people get into the buying mood. They see all these different people buying all these different products, and taste my mixed drink, taste this one. Mix meaning not alcohol, but mix like with the latte and the supreme, the mocha and the king. Taste this, taste that. And then everyone's buying, and then the more people you have, the more happiness and buying mode you have. So if you're new, do it. It's going to be really scary, but the only way to get through it is to work through it and to just do it. Just do it. Invite your best friends, because I that's what I did. And I let them know, this is my first mixer. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to practice. I read from the script in the front. And you know what? The 2 guys that I invited from my school when I was teaching, they both joined. They one never did order again, but they bought packs because that was the first 2 people, and they were so happy for me that I could stand in front of my living room trembling, talking to 2 really good friends, reading from the script, that They both bought packs. So guys, it works. Your friends, maybe not all of them are going to support you, but you can build your customer base that way because they never did reorder. One of them never did reorder, but they still build their customer base, your customer base that way through referrals and through coming back to you. Um, but you can have all the information that you want and all the information that I'm giving. And but the number one thing that we all need to do is to take action on the information that you're getting, because I see way too many people with way too much information and no action. And it would be incredible how well they would be doing on both ends, on the retail and on the recruiting and on building their business residually and with retail money, if they just put all the knowledge that they get, because I know these people. They go to events like we have expo coming up. They're already registered. Guys, keep the faith and keep believing. I'm not going to end it here, but I just need to add this part in. I have people in my business who have been in Organo for 7 years. They haven't missed a major event. They haven't missed a weekly meeting. They haven't missed a Saturday training. And they haven't put one person into the business. And they have read probably a library of books, but no action because of whatever the reason is. So keep believing, because you never know. You never know when that sleeping giant is going to awake, because there's so much information and one day it's just going to explode into something really beautiful. So with that, guys, I'm not the only person that retails on my team. Of course, you guys know that I retail quite a bit. This week I'm going to be posting some pictures because I already got some text messages. So, I retail between probably between $6,000 and $10,000 a month in retail sales, and it's great to have that kind of hip money, and to be able to reinvest back into my business, and and to be able to have people on our team that I can see do the same thing and become star achievers by creating that customer base. Instead of, I mean, you want to give away free coffee, and that's the whole part of it, but you also want to make sure that you keep following up and you have that money flowing back and forth so that you can have the money back to reinvest into being a star achiever, and so that you can cross the stage at UTX and have your whole team and the whole Organo family cheering for you. And it's a wonderful feeling. So I have a question. Thank you for your question. Are artificial flavors an issue with clients? Also, congratulations on your success. Thank you. Great question. Are artificial flavors an issue with clients? For me, it depends on who they are. But in general, I'm just going to say this. If you are enthusiastic enough, um, you have enough testimonials, your posture is strong, your belief is there, and you sometimes with some people, Well, I'm just going to say, if you have the posture, the belief, the excitement, and all of those things, they won't become professional label readers. Some people, that's their job. They love to be professional label readers. You know, with those, I just tell them like, it's okay. Maybe it's not for you, because you know what? There's a lot of customers out there, but um, it hasn't really been an issue. Um, and if you want to like just take a minute or so and talk to them, because if you are having these mixers at your home, you probably have cookies, right? So I've had hundreds of people tell me, well, look at this product, it has this much sugar in it, but I saw them eat 6 Chips Ahoy's. I'm like, sometimes I'm just very honest in a very, very nice way. I just tell them, well, you're right. It does have that, but it's not refined. And you could drink 10 of these and it still wouldn't equal the unhealthiness of one Chips Ahoy cookie. And I just leave it at that, and I walk away without letting them feel any type of way about themselves, and then they end up buying. So I hope that answered your question. Be excited. Keep your posture. Sometimes you redirect into the vast majority of positives in the Organo products, and it'll be great. And so with that, guys, I have one of my sapphires here, Alyssa, who she is she's very active in Organo. She shows up for all the events. We just came back from Colorado 2 weeks ago, and she was very excited to be able to to work with other sapphires there. Oh, thank you. You're very welcome. Please feel free to keep the questions coming in, guys. Keep the questions coming in. Um, but she was able to partake in regular home events, not regular, but just, you know, like other sapphire home events, and it was incredible. And um, I would like for her to share part of her story, because it's a very, very powerful story with how she has built her retail base, you know, from working. I'm just gonna give a little bit information about her. Um, I didn't know that, because I went, you know, from my uh, public assistance straight to teaching. So I didn't know about the different incomes in between. Excuse me. But she came, and at that time, 2 years ago, she's been in the business, I think, 20, 25 months, and she's a 25-star achiever. And if you look back 25 months ago, the gold pack was $2,300. I had no idea she dropped 2.5 months worth of her wages to buy the $2,300 gold pack. I want to switch the word from buy into invest at that time when she was 21. And I want to share with you guys, I want her to share with you guys about building her customer base and how quickly she was able to get a return on her investment, all the people she was able to help and those below her, but more importantly, how her customer base has grown since then. So Alyssa, here we have Miss Alyssa, and she's going to elaborate and share with you guys. There's a red dot.
Oh, okay. Okay, like what Miss Ideta said, I started 25 months ago, and the gold pack did cost $2,300. That's to Hawaii with all the shipping. But how I made my money back was through mixers, and I made it back within like the first meeting because I invited as much people as I could. I was serving a lot of coffee, giving away a lot of samples. So within the second, like I had 2 mixers. So within like the second mixer, I had people calling their friends to come and taste the product. How I built my customer base, I've learned to always put labels in the back of every sachet. And inside my sample bag, I have my card with all my information. And whenever I meet someone, or most of the times when I meet them, I go with a coffee already made. And I've learned that through NIKKI IDETA. And I always mix it for its 2 different flavors, and I can get more income. And I serve it iced because it's double 1 box. And when they invest in themselves and I can see that they really want it, I'll throw in a shaker bottle because that's free advertisement for wherever they're at. I have this girl who I met in Honoka, and I know she really wants to lose weight. So, and she invested a lot of her money into it.
How much?
She invested maybe around, well, the first time she invested like 200 for the shakes and maybe a couple boxes of coffee. The second time when I went out to meet her, she bought double everything. So it came out like almost like 500. So I gave her a shaker bottle because she said she's also sharing with her friend. And she works in the hotel, so I figured she's drinking it in front of everybody and everybody's going to ask her what she's on because she also just had a baby and she wants to drop the weight. So she said this is working for her. What else I do is the experience. Most times we, I don't say anything. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. What else did you want me to answer?
How much money do you make on a weekly basis?
On a weekly basis, it really depends. Maybe I make between like 500 to like 1,200
A week?
a week. Yeah,
Retail?
retail. The calendar helps, and took me a while to learn to use it, but now I do use it and I do follow-ups. I used to feel like I was pushy about it, but you really ain't. You're just really following up on them with them, and they do appreciate it. And you always gotta be, but you should be interested in them because they're taking the time out of their day to meet with you. And that's all I have for now. Oh, any questions? Okay.
Thank you very much, Miss Alyssa, for sharing your story. And guys, income claims are they vary. You know, like Miss Alyssa here, she just said she makes between 500 and 1,200 a week retailing. Don't, keep the value while you're keeping the relationship. Also know that what the power and the value of what you have in your hands. I mean, this product is incredible. My mom now, only since I came back, and my mom has been on Organo for 8 years, for as long as I've been in. And my customer base is growing because the coffees and the shakes and the supplements have really helped her. But for the week that we were in Colorado 2 weeks ago, her blood pressure shot up to 257. And you guys all know that I drink 1 to 2 gallons of red and green tea every single day, ice in my hydro flask. I was like, I was like going through withdrawals in Colorado without it. So I had to have Mr. Smith make me, I asked him because I needed it. But what I did was I had a pot on the stove. My mom sees me making this every day, but she just loves her Kings and her Supremes and, and, but she saw it. And so she drank it. And she is 74, so she tracks everything, like how old people track every number. They take their blood pressure. So anyway, um, long story short, she drank and she knows how I make it because she sees me make it. And my mom's a star achiever just on buying green and red tea because she knows you put 6 green and 6 red and she drinks almost as much as me every day. So in a week, her blood pressure went from 257 to 132. And she told me um, she knows it has to be the red and green tea. I told her it was because she missed me so much, and she laughed. But maybe it was because no, it wasn't because she missed me. But it is the red and green tea. So it's not, I'm not saying that the king or the supreme and the shakes and all of that didn't help her, because my mom at that age, when you live that type of sedentary, non-movement, non-exercise lifestyle, when you can go from 72.5 years old or 72 years old and you are 185 pounds and drop to 150 pounds, which is where my mom is at now, with absolutely no walking. Maybe she doesn't even walk to the mailbox. She drives through to it, and she keeps the key in, before she drives into our driveway, because my mom lives with me. She does very minimal exercise, but for her to drop 35 pounds with no exercise, we already know the product works. It just so happened that with the red and the green tea, she's now sharing it with her church um, old lady friends that she volunteers with every day from right now until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So guys, take action, build your customer base, and please believe me when I say to you, my customer base, it took me a long time. OGX was a total game changer for me with my customer base. And so I don't want to use the word easier, but it is easier for you new guys and for the existing um, distributors to really build your customer base with the new OGX line. You know, with Alyssa, she's able to build a customer base without the OGX in 1/4 the time that I was able to build that kind of customer base. So guys, I'm not saying that I have all the answers, because I definitely don't. But I talk to people who do have the answers, because that's why you stay connected. Stay connected to the events. We have UTX coming up in September. Register early, get your hotel, get the information. Are you calling in to the Millionaire Mentorship calls every Sunday? Because they will teach you how to build your customer base, how to build those relationships, how to build a team, and how to lead better. And whether you have guests or not, support your weekly mixers, because some days, some of the weekly mixers, you might have a lot of guests, and you'll need the help and support of your team. And that's why we have a team, so that we can be assisting and getting the people who are number twos, which are yes to the product and no to the opportunity. And you can have more bodies there to move the product, and we don't want to hold them hostage. Get them out and work with the threes and fours who actually want to go out, retail, and build the business. So with that, does anyone have any questions that you have regarding what you actually called in for, and what do you want out of this call? Anybody? And I get a lot of questions. Oh, Miss Ideta, my house, it's not as whatever as yours. My house is not as this as yours. It's not as that as yours. You know what? It's okay, because Starbucks has air conditioning and free hot water and free Wi-Fi. You can serve your drinks there and move a few boxes or get a person started. So you can't serve them shakes there, but from there you can move it to somewhere else. I have a question here. What if no one shows up for your mixers repeatedly? I'm assuming that you're inviting the same person. Are you inviting the same person that's not showing up? Okay, if you're inviting the same person and they don't show up, I have an extremely good example for this. Okay, you invite the same person and they don't show up repeatedly. Great question. Don't hound them, but keep dripping on them and reminding them very casually, hey, there's a meeting tonight. Hey, there's a meeting tomorrow night. Hey, we're getting together on Tuesday night. Hey, we would love to see you on Thursday night. How do I know that? Because Alyssa and her husband, they were sampling. How long were you guys sampling race? A year. They've been sampling one of our newest team members, Race, and his girlfriend for over a year, inviting him for over a year. Race said that he finally came because he was like, man, I'm just going to come because they keep inviting, but they invite in a nice way. Not, it's not a pushy way at all. It's just like, hey, you coming? Am I going to see you tonight? Man, I hope we see you on Thursday night. And you know what? When Race came, he has never missed a meeting since he joined on March 5th. March 5th, yeah. March 5th of last month. He has never missed a weekly meeting or a Saturday training. He retailed. He came in at gold that night on his debit card, which means cash. And he retailed his entire box. And he is a star achiever. And you will be able to meet them at UTX. So to answer your question, if you're inviting the same people and repeatedly they're not showing up, don't give up, because they're not saying no to you. They're just saying no. It's just a switch of your mindset. They're just saying no at the time to themselves. Maybe it's not the right time for them. Maybe there's so much going on in their life that they're closed off right now. But keep inviting in a nice way, because you're a nice person. You must be, because you're on this call. I'm just kidding. But not only nice people. We're all nice people. Hello, we're in Organo. We're all nice people. But call, keep reminding them in a very nice way. Like, just like how Alyssa guys do it. Am I going to see you tonight? Am I seeing you on Tuesday night? Am I seeing you tonight? Oh, I missed you last night, but there's another one Thursday night. Are you coming? So, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Dr. Bob and Mrs. Rakowski shared in our incredible diamond chat that they dripped on the same person for 4 years. 4 years. They followed up once every 30 days. And that person just came in maybe like 5-6 months ago as a gold pack and is blowing it up. So don't give up on people. Don't give up on yourself because you'll get it done. And when it's the right time, and I'm going to be very honest, like when you become the right person and they feel like they want to hear the information from you, when the edification is done right, they'll show up. So thank you. Great question. I hope I answered your question and you got some clarity on that. So with that, guys, do we have any more questions? We got like 8 minutes, guys. Flood me with questions because right now is the time. I know you guys want to ask questions. It's anonymous. Don't be embarrassed. If you have a question for Alyssa and not me, it's okay too. I know I had something else. I cannot express to you guys enough though the importance of building rapport, relationship, and a connection with people. Hold the value to the product. Stand behind your product, stand behind the company, stand behind the leadership, and stand strong because people as a buyer, because I'm a buyer, we're all buyers. We buy stuff every day. We want to buy, we want to consume and purchase products that have high quality, high integrity, and a deal. We already get it at a deal. In Hawaii, I heard that we mark it up a lot, but people are more than happy because they love how it makes them feel. And when they go to the doctor, they see a difference, their blood sugars, their blood pressure, their stress level, it all decreases. And, a lot of them are not team members, but they are consumers. So that's what it is. Does anyone have any questions regarding samples, relationships, customer experience, how to use your calendar, what to reply, giving away samples? We have a question here from Janelle Griffin. 3 grain and 3 green tea per 1 gallon of water. You're close, Janelle. Great question. Oh, yeah, that is right because I do 2 gallons at a time, Janelle. So you are right. I just do a gallon. So in your case, it would be 1 gallon. You just fill it up with cold water. I don't even cut the tags off. So you just turn the stove on high, open 3 green, 3 red, make sure the pot is covered, and let it roll boil for 15 minutes, and it will be the best, darkest, crispest, flavorful tea you've ever had. Great question, Janelle. And you will feel a tremendous amount of difference in just how clean you feel. So great question. Thank you for asking that. Do we have any more questions on customer experience, the T's, how to reply to text messages, how to follow up with existing customers, how to track your customers, what kind of samples to be giving, how many samples to be giving, how often do you follow up with prospects after you sample them? I didn't answer this, so this is a great question. How often do I follow up with prospects after I sample them? That's a great question, because again, it's getting to know the person. So I'm going to ask them, when do you drink your coffee? Do you drink it like in the morning? Because some people don't. Some people rather have tea or whatever it is. When is a good time? I'm very straightforward when it comes to this. So I follow up probably the next day. Depending on the time, if I follow up the next day. So I will say, what time are you having your coffee tomorrow? Oh, I have mine at 6 or 7 in the morning, but I also want 10 or 15 or 5 minutes of their time, right? And they're probably going to work. And I want them to consume at least 3 cups so that they can feel a difference. So then I give them choices. Great. So when is a good time for me to follow up with you tomorrow? Morning or afternoon? Afternoon. Great. Early afternoon or late afternoon? Late afternoon. Awesome. Before or after dinner? Probably while I'm cooking dinner. Okay, so what time is that? 5 or 6? I always give them the power and I put the ball in their park, and then they choose the time that I'm going to call and do the follow-up. So to answer your question, it's the next day. I just gave you an example of how I move them along into forcing them into a corner of what time I'm going to call. So I hope that answered your question. Okay, so thank you for asking and for participating, guys. Does anyone have any more questions about what to sample, how much are in the sample bags? Well, Alyssa already told you. We make sure that every label is sampled. Guys, go, if you want to raise your, excuse me. How to keep your team motivated? That's a great question. All of these are wonderful questions. How do I keep my team motivated? It's not only me that keeps my team motivated. You need people to show up, and you need to make it fun. Find out what they're interested in. Some people show up and are motivated because they're looking for a place to belong. Some people show up because it motivates them because their home environment is not the greatest. So they look forward to the positive association. Some people show up because they just want the information and want to get to work. All of them are the right answers. All of them are. But as far as keeping them motivated, have weekly meetings at your house. Look in the calendar, and I just started this because I used to just have meetings whenever I wanted to. I follow it. Tuesday night, Thursday night, and Saturday mornings. You don't force anyone to come because you can't. You can't convince anyone to come. But leave it open for them to choose and for them to come. And when they do, don't, I learned this the hard way. Don't say, oh my God, Alyssa, you're here. I haven't seen you in so long. What you been up to? Because then it makes her feel bad and it makes her feel guilty. It makes her feel embarrassed. When you greet them, you'd be like, oh my God, Alyssa, how are you? I'm so glad you came. And then you let the environment of the people who are at your house or who are at the weekly meeting do the heavy lifting for you. That's a system that we use. I wish I was that powerful where I could motivate everybody, but I need my team here. We need our team here to motivate everyone else. And you can't motivate the unmotivated. But you can lift their spirit so that they can find it within themselves to motivate themselves. I hope that answered your question. And one thing I want to emphasize before we end this call, and I know I'm running over time. I'm sorry, Edward. Is what Alyssa touched on, which is the OGX shakers, and I'm placing my order today for the XC and the DX cups. I should have bought more of the other DX and XC with the caps on. But for those customers, when you find out enough about them, like they're a coach at the baseball field, or they're a vice principal at the elementary school, or they're a teacher at the elementary school. The reason why I'm naming these is because they're highly visible. They could even be an aide at the school. Nothing wrong with working in a cubicle because you'll be seen as well. But I'm talking about people who are coming to you to purchase your products and who are going to be walking around hundreds of people and consuming your products. It's a very small investment with a very, very, very fruitful return. Go into your back office and invest in those OG shakers. Invest in the DX and the XC. Organo has done an incredible job of marketing in the sense because I have picked up so many customers with people asking, and I saw Glenn walking around campus with the OG shaker bottle. What is that OGX thing? He said to call you because it tastes great and it's a meal replacement, but he still can eat and he lost weight. So guys, invest in your business, invest in you, and your customer base will grow tremendously. It's just little tweaks. You know, you might think you're just giving away a bottle and you're like, oh, I don't want to give away the bottle. Well, giving away the bottle is free. It's free. It's free advertisement because these people have more influence and more pull at their workplace than you ever will. So with that, guys, do we have any last questions before we end this call? Okay, so I hope that you guys got what you called in for, and I hope I did this call justice. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you to the leadership. Thank you to Corp. Thank you to Mr. Bugs. Thank you to Mr. Moran. Thank you to to Mr. Chua for allowing this call to happen. Thank you, Edward Vargas, for organizing our Monday product call up in Corp. I appreciate you and all the special needs that I have, and for making it happen for all the existing and the new distributors in Organo. So with that, guys, it's easy, it's simple, it's Organo. I can't wait to see, meet, get to know as many of you guys, get as many hugs and pictures as I can with you guys at UTX. And don't forget to tune in next week, Monday, as we have our another. Thanks, Rhonda Mullet. Thank you. Thank you, Janelle. You guys are awesome for calling in. Thank you. Even the guys watching this on replay, you guys are all awesome. But I cannot wait to see all of you guys, get to know you guys, and really and see, hear about how you guys took action and your results. So with that, thank you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedules, your busy day. I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you, Corp and Edward, for making this happen. So with that, guys, it's easy, it's simple, it's Organo. Let's get out there, let's share our products, let's share our happiness, and let's spread the happiness. So with that, guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.